welcome again with the Knitting in a podcast. This is a podcast that is mainly about knitting. I am Ivonne and I'm a knitter from the Netherlands. I live in the east of the Netherlands and my podcast is in English and in Dutch. So this is the English version. Welcome if you a returning viewer, and welcome if you're new here. Maybe you're a new subscriber, because I have a lot of new subscribers. And 2 weeks ago, I think 2 or 1 week ago, I don't know, 17 August, I reached the 1,000 subscribers. So that was very nice and I'm very happy. So maybe you're new and this is my 2 weekly podcast. The podcast is always de week. Ik kan het nooit onthouden. Hoe zeg ik dat nou? Sorry. And the other week I have a weekly vlog. And that's what I do. The episode is once in the 2 weeks, and the other one is also once in the 2 weeks. I have a coffee. I'm a little bit coffee addict, but I have to say, since my the menopause started, I think I lost my taste in coffee a little bit. So that's really a pity, because I loved coffee my whole life. As a child, I was always sipping of my father's cup with a spoon. So this is my cup of the day. This is a vintage little mug from the flea market, I think. I loved it with this ship. It's a real Dutchy. Yeah, it looks really Dutch. So that is one drink I have, and the other one is this also a vintage mug from the thrift shop. And here's my water in. So take something to drink and listen to me and what I knit on the last 2 weeks. It is hot in the Netherlands today. It will be 30 degrees. It's still early in the morning, around 10 o'clock. I already taped the Dutch podcast and now the English version. So I hope I don't get it too hot. Now I'm searching for my... where is it? I don't know. Oh yeah, this. Still don't know how you call it in English for hot flashes. But on this moment it's going well. So it will be a hot day today. It's Wednesday, 28th of August. This podcast will go up on YouTube tomorrow at 8 o'clock. So when you see this, it is Thursday, sorry. And it is already episode 34 in English. And I'm very happy that I reached 1,000 subscribers. It's my podcast is in 21 September, exists 2 years here on YouTube. And from that moment on, it was only going up, and I hope it will go on like that, and that you like what you see in this podcast. I take a sip of my coffee and then we start with the first finished object. I have only one finished object this week. Oh yeah, my normal spot is in front of the window, and then I put all my whips on the bed, and that's easier for me, and there I have enough light. But last week in the weekly vlog, I was sitting here in front of my my yarn stash, and I thought that was a really nice spot. So I thought maybe I will do that this week. It's still light enough now, and when it's getting darker in fall, I will go back to my normal spot. So today is this. Here are all my nice skeins and things and cards what I got from people, and there's Aggie, and here's a lovely mug and a bowl and needles. Now here is a part of my sock stash. It's higher up, and sometimes I post photos of it on Instagram. There are some beautiful things, and there are my chickens, The yellow one is a little bit onthoofd. His head is off now. But yeah, I thought maybe it's nice to sit in a different corner today. But this is not my normal corner. But I love it. I have here beside me is a chair for a beautician. I was a beautician the last 15 years. But I want to sell that chair, but I can't really get let it go yet. But yeah, it's standing in the way. It's not it suits me not anymore. But I have to find somebody who is doing the school for beautician, and then hopefully he or she will buy it from me, and then I can let it go and think, that's now not my thing anymore. It's yarn, and knitting is my love, and that's what I want to do. So this chair's always a little bit in the way, and I hope I can let it go one day, so that I can build my maybe a desk for a computer and edit my videos there. So that's what the plan for the future. So if you have a coffee or a tea, I can start and let you see what I finished. Now, the first finished object is not so hard. It is my Stripeometry shawl. Maybe you've seen it already in the weekly vlog. I think I showed it that it was done. I started this shawl 3 April. That was the release date of this shawl. I immediately thought, Stephen West, this is a pattern that I like. So I bought it, casted it on, and I didn't knit on it every day. I knit on it frequently, but not every day. So I thought it was done 20 August. And I like it. I have to block it. It's a little bit, I think when I'm going to block it, it will be a little bit wider, so that the wingspan is a little bit bigger. It's not so big as the Vertices Unite. I love big triangle shawls. This is the way I am wearing them. And then when I'm on my bike, I make a knot. Now it's a little bit strak. How do you say that? But I think when it's blocked, it's a little bit looser, and then it's okay. So when I have it blocked, I will show you. Maybe I will do that today, because it's really hot outside and it dries quickly. I love to work on this shawl. The yarn I used was Zigzag 100% wool. I told that in the previous episodes. It was not my favorite yarn to knit with, because it splits a little bit. You have to look very good if you have the stitch, and so it was not knitted not quickly or so. But I love the colors and I love the shawl. It is a nice shawl to knit, and it is very easy. It's not hard. I got bind off. I did with a pink, and I knitted this on 4mm needles. The pattern recommends 3.5, but that was too dense for me, so I choose to do 4mm. And I'm curious how it looks when it's blocked. That it's a little bit wider. So we'll see. I'm ready for fall. My shawl is ready. I love it. So that is the first finished object, and the only finished object. I don't have anything else finished. The last 2 weeks, but the last weeks were a little bit, how do you say that? I came back from holiday 4 weeks ago, then one of my children had holiday, then the other one has to work again, or it was very messy, or that's the word I searched for. So there was no rhythm at all, and I had only 1 week holiday. I went to England, and afterwards I had to babysit the cat of my sister, and last week I had to babysit the cats of a friend of mine, so I didn't have the feeling that I came to rest myself. I did all the things, and cooking and cleaning and knitting and going to the cats and cycle, and my bike is still not still broken, and so it was busy. And yesterday I thought, oh, my back hurts so much. It's time to take a step back, sort of. So I'm longing to the fall and the colder evenings, and yeah, that you have to do maybe not less, but there was much going on this summer. We did a lot of flea markets. It was maybe a little bit too much. So I didn't knit a lot, not so much as normal, but that's okay because it was hot and warm, and when you're not sitting in front of the van, I can't knit because it's too sticky on my hands. When I'm here in my house, I always put on the van, and then I can knit on, even if it's 30 degrees. So, but I always think it slows the progress down, and that's, of course, it's okay. That's summer. That's where summer is for. But I am super happy that fall is on the way, and that we go in the right direction. Before you know it, it's already Christmas. But I hope we'll get some crispy, cold days. I love that. And sun, with the sun, and the leaves are turning in all the beautiful colors. That's what I'm longing for. So then we'll go on with the socks. I'm always a sock knitter. I love to knit socks, and this pair I didn't finish yet. I think the last time I showed it to you, I was busy with this one. It was nearly at the end, and I cast it on the second one, and now this is how far I came in 2 weeks' time. This yarn I bought in England, in Glastonbury. We were there with the coach trip, and there was a nice sewing shop, and they she sold also a few balls of yarn, and I wanted to go for the King Cole balls. That's what I searched for, and she had one in the stash, and that was this, but it was moth eaten. And so I have to wind it up. When I came home, I make a cake of it, and had to cut some pieces out before I could start. So I didn't do these matchy because I didn't know if I have enough yarn, but I have enough, so that's good. It's King Cole. I will show you the ball band. And I really love these color combinations. This is, I think, one of my favorites on the moment, and the yarn knits up really nice. I think it's a little bit like opal sock yarn, so that's really good. I do 64 stitches, 3 by 1 rib, 14 rows, and then I start with the vanilla sock. I love vanilla socks the most to knit. Heel flap and gusset, and heel flap, is this the gusset or is this the gusset? I don't know. No, doesn't matter. And then I knit, and I Kitchener stitch them to close it, and I love that way. I can do it from out of my head now. So lovely sock. I will show you the ball band. Which bag do I have it? It's one of my little pruidelbags I made myself. The fabric I got from a lovely viewer from England, and this is from a swap. She put fabric in a swap. We did a yarn swap. these two pieces I have to cut, and a little bit little pieces before I could start the ball. And this is the ball band zigzag from King Cole, and the color number is 3161. So if you think, oh, what a nice color, maybe you can Google it, and then you can find it maybe online. But this I bought in a shop in England, in Glastonbury. So that was the first sock whip for this week. Then I have even thinking. This one is living in this lovely bag from the Cosy girls. Cozy Up knits. They're not on the, unfortunately not on YouTube on the moment, but I hope they will turn back soon. This bag I bought at the mother, Jojo's bag. She sells them on Etsy. It's a really nice sock bag. And here lives my my alpaca sock in. Alpaca, long yarns, alpaca socks, 4-ply. The yarn I have, I had in my stash for a long while. And I thought, I will knit socks up from it. So I chose to do green and black, because I had a green ball and a black ball, and only black knitting I don't like. So I did this, but it's really slippery. It's really hard to keep your stitches on the needles. And I chose to do, this is 2.5 millimeter needle, and I chose to do 64 stitches. Maybe I could have done 60 stitches. It's a little bit loose. And then I decided to do the heel flap in green, and then I got this white piece. I don't like that so much, but I didn't feel like ripping it back, so it is what it is. It's a slower knit, and I don't knit on this very often, but I did do a piece. But we'll see. I think this, when the socks are ready, it's really soft and nice on your feet. But alpaca is very slippery, and that's not my favorite. But I wanted to knit it up because I had the yarn in my stash. So sooner or later it will be finished. So that's sock whip 2. I will throw everything on the floor there. We'll see it later. This one can also go on the floor. Then I cast it on, I think last week. I don't know if I showed it in the last episode or that it was in the weekly vlog. This nice sock yarn, it is from the Draadzaak from the Netherlands. I don't have the ball band. I don't know where it is. But it's a sock set, and the pink is the mini. 64 stitches, 14 rows of cuff, 2.25 millimeter needles from Knit Pro, one of my favorites. 20 centimeters I prefer, but here is 15 centimeters in, because I mix and mingle them sometimes so that I can knit more socks. So this is how far I came, and it's the same vanilla sock I always do. So it's a nice yarn. It's really soft, and I like the way it looks. So that's sock 1, and it doesn't take me so long to finish the first sock. Dus that's sock whip number 2 here. Number 3. Of course, the alpaca. I forgot the alpaca sock. And that is living in this lovely pruidelbag I made myself. All leftovers, little pieces of fabric. I made it last year, I think. And this is the mini. I don't have the ball band, I'm sorry. It looks a little bit fake in here now. I think it that comes. There is a window. The sun is shining in. I hope it's not. It's a little bit as if there's smoke in the room. That's not the case. So I hope you don't mind that. Yeah, and then one of my colleagues here on YouTube, a Dutch podcaster, Luna Sternet, Ineke, she's called. She designs also patterns, sock patterns and shawls and mittens and that kind of things. And she called for a test knit. So then I thought, it was a color work sock, so I thought, oh, do I like that? I can't do color work. I don't have enough experience with it. But the yarn she used, I had in my stash, and I had a lot left of it. And I thought, oh, it's a nice way to use that yarn up and to exercise color work knitting. Because I'm always had the feeling van, oh no, I can't do that, laat maar, leave it, no, it's not for me. But I'm never pushing through. And I thought, this is a nice pattern. So I said to Ineke, I want to test knit for you. So that's what I did. And this is the result. So far, so good. The yarn I used, I will show you that first. She uses the same yarn from the same company. It is a Dutch company called Atelier Lindelicht. And this is Linde wool, Linde yarn. And it is 80% wool and 20% rami. So rami is, I think it's viscose. This is another way of... it's not polyester. And from that yarn I knitted my Mouche the Bear. And when I knitted Mouche the Bear, I thought, oh yeah, it's really nice yarn. It's a sport weight yarn, so it's a little bit thicker. It felt good and sturdy. Mouche is a little bit scheef. So, but I had a lot left over from the red and also the white. So I thought, oh yeah, that's the same yarn. I can use that for the socks. This is still not ready because I didn't like the slip stitch. And it will be in the future. I will finish it. And then I have to knit the trousers also. But I'm not in a hurry. So I accept that it's not done yet. So that's when I thought, oh yeah, I have that yarn. It lives in my scrappy project bag, pruidelbag I made myself. This one I made also, not exactly the same, but I made one for Jana from Finished Knitting Stories. And and I embroidered her name on it. Vertical, this is horizontal. And there lives it in. It's all made from scrappy fabrics, leftovers. Yeah, I think I like it a lot. So then I thought I'm going to cast on and I see how far I come. First we had to do the cuff in 1x1 twisted rib. I don't really like it because you have to. I'm an English knitter, so I have to constantly pull the thread to the other side. I hate that. That's not my kind of way, but yeah, it was the test knit, so I have to do what the pattern said. Then you have to do some increases because color work is always, it's always denser. And so that's what I did. And then I had put in rings for the color chart. And I thought, oh, the chart, I don't like to read it when you're knitting and you have to watch. I watch it on my telephone, the chart. And it was so, getting tired of it. So after one repeat, I write it down. So I wrote it down, 2 red, 2 white, 1, and so forth. That's what I prefer, a written pattern. That's what I thought, oh yeah, that's what I like. So I can do that myself. And then the 2 repeats were faster after that. So it looks really, I think it looks really nice. For the first time, I have to learn to do the floats not too strak. Hoe zeg je dat ook alweer? Yeah, pull them not too tight. And Then we had to decrease again before starting the heel flap, the slip stitch heel flap and gusset. So, but then I thought, oh, I don't think it will fit my, come over my high instep. I think I have a little bit of high instep. I didn't, yeah, I think that was when I was younger with the boots also the case. So then I knitted the whole gusset and I fitted them on, and indeed this is really, yeah, it's too tight. I can get them over it, but I have to pull really hard. So that was a little bit of pity. And in the test knit group, we, yeah, somebody says maybe you had to go up a needle, but that was not in the pattern, so I didn't do that because there were increases. I thought, well, that's enough. But yeah, maybe when I'm knitting the second sock, I will go up a needle size because this is 2.5. I think I'm going to pick a 3 or a 275. I don't know that yet. I will certainly knit the second one, but not on this moment. For the test knit, we had to do one sock at first. So yeah, in the second sock I can do it different, but I'm not going to rip this back because this is my first colorwork sock. I thought I can when I don't wear it, I can, yeah, hang it in my living room or in my yarn room, just because they look really nice, and I'm really proud that I succeeded it. The pattern calls the Echo Square socks, and I think it will launch around 20 September. So if you think, oh, that's a really nice pattern, I will try to link Ineke's YouTube channel, or I will sowieso, yeah, write the name of the pattern down in the description box so you can find it later. I think it's a really nice colorwork sock for a beginner colorwork knitter, so like me. And this will, I think I will do more. Yeah, I will certainly do another one, maybe with different yarn, because this yarn is, yeah, it's a little bit, I feel like it's not so, there's no, hoe zeg je dat, rek, not so elastic. Some yarns are much more elastic, and I think when, yeah, maybe this is, yeah, super, yeah, hoe zeg je dat nou? Colorwork has to be, the yarns has to stick a little bit together, so maybe this yarn is, yeah, the ultimate yarn for colorwork, but maybe I will try to do it with another yarn in the future. So that is my test knit sock, and that was the last one for this week. The rest of the socks, if you think, oh, I didn't see that sock, then I didn't knit on it. I ripped one sock back, but I will tell you there. Yeah, I don't tell you something about it later, not today, because I have enough to talk about. So that was it for the sock knitting. Yeah, then my Stripeometry shawl was ready, and I don't know, for exactly last time in the podcast I showed the habitation throw, that I wanted to start it earlier, but I didn't do it, and now I started it, and it's such a lovely knit. It's really easy. Yeah, you don't have to think about it. It's a super nice knit, and I used my advent calendar from last year from Vrouwtjes Wol Boutique 2023. It lives in my Christmas bag. I bought it last year at Birdie & Poppet. I really love this super nice bag from her. She's on Etsy. And here are all the minis from my advent calendar in. Maybe you can see it better like this. So this will, I have 25 minis, and I'm after 10 gram, when I knit it up 10 grams, I change color in the habitation throw. Okay, yeah, this is the front. Yeah, it's really nice, and it's really soft yarn. I think it knits up really nice. It's a sock yarn. a little bit twisted. I don't know if you see it. Yeah, it's really soft and I love the colors. And yeah, when I knit it 10 grams, I put it on a scale and then I cut it and I change colors. And then I have I have 10 grams left over. Then I'm knitting a square in my blanket. And what's left of that I'm going to knit socks from. I think I'm going to cast them on today. And I knit this on 4mm needles. This is a wooden needle from Knit Pro. I love it. And I love the knit. The habitation throw is really recommendable. If I had known that, I would have started it before. But yeah, sometimes you have to wait. Yeah, when the time is right. So the time was right because my stripeometry was done. So lovely, lovely, lovely. So that is one of my other whips. And then I have, I want to show you my Cozy Memories whip blanket. I knitted a lot on this the last 2 weeks since my northeasterly was ready. I did every day a square here. Today I did this one, lovely pink. That's all the leftovers from the habitation throw. Yesterday I was winding up my balls of 2 balls already for my knit along, the Stephen West Vertices Unite knit along. It starts 1 September and the first 2 colors I'm going to use is the brown and this one. So I felt yesterday I didn't feel so well, my back hurts. I thought, oh, I feel like knitting squares, and I did this and this so I can see the color combination. This is for the section 1 from the Vertices Unite. I will show you later. Yeah, these squares I did this week, I think. I don't know for sure where I was last week. So actively here knitting on this blanket. It's called the Cozy Memories blanket. I think most people know that. If you watch a lot of podcasts, you already know this blanket. This is my second one. The first one I did with normal scraps, and these are all hand-dyed scraps or minis. It's really soft. My Y width is on the moment 14 squares and 10 squares up. And in the end it will be 16 wide and 24 high. That's what I did with the last blanket, and I will do that now also. And I'm casting on 40 stitches. There's 20 here and 20 there. So super. This is one of my all-time favorites. I think when I don't feel like sock knitting and all the other things, I will only knit this blanket. It's so nice. So the rule in this blanket is that it all has to be hand-dyed scraps to give another look than my first blanket. Yeah, I love it. So that is an active whip. Every morning when I wake up, I get my coffee and my porridge and I'm going to knit a square. So nice. That lives in a bag, but it's on my bed, and it nearly don't fit in it anymore, so I think I will leave it like this. Or I have to make, oh no, I have a bigger project bag, but I have to switch them. I will do that later. Yeah, and then the start of my knit along is, I think I have told you everything now. Yeah, the start of my knit along is 1 September. So if you want to participate, you can feel free to do that. You have to buy the pattern from Stephen West yourself on Ravelry, the Vertices Unite. I already knitted three times this shawl, but it's my absolute favorite shawl. This is my first Vertices Unite. This is all knit up in merino, 100% merino yarn. I bought it this 2 years ago at Atelier Sopra. It's a Dutch indie dyer. She has the most beautiful colors. And my first shawl I wanted to do in a bright color, so I did. And then I was addicted. I thought I want to knit a lot of more from these Vertices Unite shawls. The loveliest part in this shawl is That is, no, it's a little bit too hot today, but what I think it's the loveliest is that all the stripes come together when you're wearing it like this. That this is how I wear it, mostly on the bike in the winter. And then you see all the lovely stripes, so super nice. I did block this shawl, but I was a little bit, regretting it because this is 100% merino. And it wasn't really necessarily. Now it's so wide. So the next shawl I'm going to knit, I'm not going to block. Because the wingspan is so immensely wide, you don't need to block it for the wingspan. So this is my first. Then last year I had a knit along also for the Vertices Unite with Linda from Wool Hobby. We did it together. And then I knitted one in alpaca. I had a lot of alpaca in my stash. Drops alpaca and alpaca Peru from Nana Grossa. That was what I wanted to use. And this one was a masterpiece. This shawl was so... I love it so much. I love the colors. I wore it every day when I get on the bike. And I didn't block this because that was not necessarily. Yeah, and you see all the lovely pieces come together. Here is one color. Here are the stripes. Here is that piece of one color. Yeah, it's so lovely. So this was my second one. And when I realized that was in November, I think last year, I thought this is such a good shawl, and I have so much alpaca left that I made another one. And that was this one. This one I just pulled out of hibernation. This was in the winter. But it's a little bit, it smells a little bit like you're on the attic. So I have to let them outside a little bit luchten, hoe zeg je dat? Airy. I didn't block this either, but I didn't wear it a lot because when I finished this shawl it was already too hot. But yeah, again, I love it. These are really fall-y colors, and fall is standing on the doorstep. So Ivonnetje has the first of the fall shawls ready. Also the Stripeometry. Yeah, I don't do this anymore. It's too hot. I'm here in Holland. We are biking a lot. I have my e-bike, but yeah, that thing is still not working well. The bike maker is back from holiday, so I have to call him. But we bike a lot here in the Netherlands. I love to go on the bike, and then you need a shawl and mittens and a winter coat. So I use a lot of shawls. I love to mix and mingle them and not wear only one. So I'm really a sock, shawl and blanket knitter. That's what I like the most. Yeah, I think that was it for the knitting. I take a sip of my water. Oh no, I forget one thing. When I was young, and we learned knitting in the 4th grade of the primary school. In the Netherlands we said basisschool, the first years after kindergarten. We learned to knit, and at a certain point the school was existing so many years, I think 12 and a half. I don't know it for sure anymore. But the lady who was our teacher, she wanted to make, I really also don't know how that is called in English, but she wanted to make a piece of fabric on the wall. We say wandkleed. Is that a wall kleed? I don't know how you say that. But we have to make a drawing, and the best drawing there was, they want to make that on that piece of fabric. So I made a drawing with 2 mountains, and then on the mountains there was a little house with smoke from the sorry, I can't find the words. And a tree. It was it looks really cozy. So then they voted for which drawing was most most suitable to make, and that was my drawing was picked out from all the kids in the school. And I draw this the mountains and the little house and a tree, and that piece of fabric, we knitted, we woven, we spin. Every craft came together in that piece on the wall, and they choose my picture of my drawing, and then I sometimes I sit and look at Instagram, and there's a lady. It happens to be a Dutch lady. She calls ENG things, and she wrote already 3 books. I didn't know that, but I found it out this week. And she had once a picture on her Instagram from all knitted houses. And since I saw that, I was reminded on that piece that we made at school. So I wanted to knit a house, and that's what I did. I thought, Ivonne, make a house, do what you think you have to do, and maybe you can make a wandkleed. I'm sorry, I don't know the name in English. I will search it and put it in the screens for you on the screen. So I started knitting the first house. I did cast on 24 stitches with needle 3, I think, or 2.5. I don't know it for sure anymore. It doesn't matter. And then I did the roof, and I decreased every other round. I thought, knit one, and maybe it will come together in your head, and you make a piece like what you put on the wall, and you can knit all the houses and trees and sheep and make a wandkleed. I say it in Dutch, and I hope I can find the word later for you. So that is my own creativity without a pattern. Just do what you like, what you feel. And that was reminding me of my early days on the school. And thanks to the teacher we had, she was really creative. The whole school, the whole class had to knit, had to crochet, had to spin, had to weave, weaving. Yeah, every craft came together in that piece of, it's like a blanket on the wall. So that is what I want to do, and this is the start, my first little house, and I will see. I'm going to knit houses first. I did it just one layer because I wanted to make it on the blanket later on, and that it doesn't have to be double. And I will see where that ends. This is my own creativity in my head with things we did when we were kids. And I don't know what it is. I always like houses with a light in it, houses in a teapot. Houses, knitted houses. So that's a thing. I think that is a thing that gives you comfort, and it's a safe space, your home. So this is my first knitted house. If you like it too, I would say make a house, and we're going to make. You can. Maybe I will. In the end, I will make a blanket and stitch them on the blanket. I don't know it yet, but the first thing in my head is an wandkleed, and a blanket on the wall, and I knit all these houses, stitch them on. So we'll see how that goes. It will be a long time project, but the first house is made. So I'm going to take a sip of my water. If you want to participate in the pruidelbag sokmel, and you have made a pruidelbag, and you want to make chance of the first prize, I'm going to you have the chance to send the picture to my email address. I will put it here in the description box and also on the screen. Then you have to do that before 14 September. That's my birthday. And when all the pictures are in, I will choose a winner. I will do all the names in a bowl and I will choose one winner, and that one wins this lovely pruidelbag. The one side says pruidelbag and the other side says mijn breitje. This is gifted to me for the giveaway from this lovely lady, Liane from Steekjes en Zo. She's a Dutch knitter, and now she does all the crafts, but she had also a podcast, but it's in Dutch. But this is my first prize for the giveaway. And there is a little pyramide bag in it, also for stitch markers. So if you want to participate, send me that picture before 14 September of your own made pruidelbag, and you can participate in the giveaway. So that is that. Yeah, and 1 September we start the Vertices Unite knit along. So if you think, oh, I want to knit a Vertices Unite, I never did that before, or maybe you did that before and you think, oh, I want another one, please join in. I will come up with a hashtag. I think I will put it also in the description box and here under in the screen, so that you can show your progress on Instagram if you like. And when that ends, that knit along, that is 31 October, I will choose one finished object that wins also a prize, but that's for later. So that is, I think, what I wanted to tell you about all my knittings. I didn't buy anything the last 4 weeks. I didn't buy yarn. I didn't buy project bags. I just try to budget. Look at my budget, because my wash machine was broken, and that was, of course, it cost a lot of money. I had to buy a new one. We did a lot of flea markets, but on the flea markets I also didn't buy too much. That was good. The only thing I found, one of the things I found more, was this pot with buttons, and all the buttons from the early years, and this was €1. So that was the only thing I bought. But there were bigger buttons in, so always can use them in the future. So that was nice. I feel like yesterday I felt like buying new things. I'm buying new yarns, and I was feeling that vibe, that fall vibe. I think, oh, I want to buy everything, but I have so many nice things in my stash here and there, and there's a lot more here that you don't see. And I thought, no, Ivonne, you have to knit your things. Not all the things, but you have some super nice yarns. You knit first with that. So some nice those two from Ketu yarn from Nayana. I don't want to use them already because I want to look at it. I love it, but sooner or later I will start a pair of socks, I think, or maybe for a shawl. So there are all the lovely skeins I have to knit up in the future. So every time I think, oh, I want to buy something, I'm going to scroll on the internet. I think, no, niet doen. You have enough. Use your stash. So I'm trying to be good. Oh yeah, and in the end of September we have the Draadzaak here in the Netherlands, and there I'm planning to go there on the Saturday. So then I can buy a few skeins. But I was budgeteering. How do you say it in English? Looking at my budget, and don't go so crazy. So the last ball I bought, I was in England, I think, the balls from England. So I'm a little bit life stuff. My back is still hurting. My injury is, when I do too much, I have a lot of pain. So that was what I had last week. yesterday I didn't feel good at all. I thought, oh, Ivonne, you did too much. You babysit the cats and you did the flea markets, and it's all too much. And the one kid was on holiday and the other one was at work, and then the other one had holiday and the other one was at work, and I didn't have the feeling that I have a holiday myself. The only week that was the week in England. It was a really nice holiday, but it was really busy because we did every day something else, and I got sick in that holiday also. So yesterday I was a little bit sad, felt my back, and I thought, Ivonne, you have too much on your... No, that's not true. I don't want to say too much on your plate, but I have to search the balance better. Yeah, that's the whole day I have to think, oh yeah, nee, that's not so handy to do all the things. You have to build more rest in it. Yeah, and that's, of course, it's a little bit coming with summertime. It's longer light, and you go on too long, I think. In the winter, it's always easier to sit on a couch, and it's dark and cold and rainy. And I think the summertime is taking more energy. So that happens to me. So I skipped a few things this week, and I think sometimes you have to choose for yourself, because otherwise you go, you don't make, you don't make it, of je houdt het niet vol. So that's sometimes a pity for other people, but that was what it is. Oh yeah, I'm going to participate in the Stephen West new mystery knit along. And at first I thought, no, I don't think I'm doing it. I will see later. I look at the pattern first. But then he came with his, I think it's called Dynamo, nog iets? Dynamo. And I saw a little bit of the colors. I thought, oh, I think I like it. So I talked with a knitting friend, and she says, Ivonne, you have to participate in it, because since the twists and turns I did a few updates how it goes with my twists and turns, and she told me, yeah, that's the way I found you on YouTube. So I think you can you have to participate in it. So she convinced me, and I'm going to do it. So I'm very excited, because Saturday, Amsterdam time, 4 o'clock, the kits are launched, and I'm planning to buy a kit this year. I'm so experienced now, and last 2 years I didn't bought a kit. I put a few yarns together, and that was good for the first 2 times. But now I think this is my 3rd time I will buy a kit. So I hope they're not too expensive. I have a little budget, but my birthday is 14 September, and I asked my kids, do you have something for my birthday yet? And they didn't. A little thing, but I'm going to ask them if they want to give me money so that I can do it. By the Stephen West Mystery Knit Along kit, I want to buy that. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm very curious about the colors, and I think Friday he's going to come up with that first introduction film on YouTube. I'm very, very curious. So September is for me knitting the Vertices Unite, and then there's October, of course, Mystery Knit Along time, and I think I will, I try to knit my Vertices Unite in 4 weeks. I'm going to try that, and I think I will succeed, and if it's nearly done, it's okay. So that is my plan. Let me know if you go participate in the Stephen West Mystery Knit Along this year. Also, I would like to read that, and I think I told everything, and it's long enough. It's been 55 minutes already, and when you have a question, you can always ask me in the comment box. I read everything. Sometimes I answer. That depends on the comment, but I always love to read it. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And yeah, you can support my channel also when you watch this podcast to watch the, how do you say that? God, hoe is het nou? Nou weet ik het niet, reclame. That you don't skip the ads. Oh yeah, that. When you watch the ads, you can you support my channel also. So when you are knitting and you think, oh, there's ad, oh no, leave it for 30 seconds, then I support Ivonne's channel. No, I'm going to close this now. I see you next week with a weekly vlog, and I will thank you for watching and happy knitting. Doei!